Hello again. In the previous video, we had a brief introduction about Autosar. Now, in this particular video, I will explain you the importance of Autosar in the ADAS context. Now, ADAS relies extensively on complex software running on multiple ECUs to enable features like automatic emergency braking, adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, and parking assistance. Of course, now as technology is advancing, many OEMs are shifting to embed all these features into a single ECU, or that ECU is called high performance computer or HPC. But still, many OEMs or automakers, they are still continuing with multiple ECUs. Now, Autosar plays a very crucial role in ensuring safety, standardization, and scalability and real-time performance in ADAS development. Now, why is Autosar critical for ADAS? Okay, let's see the critical role played by Autosar in ADAS. Now, first is standardization interoperability. This is a very general advantage of Autosar, whether it is ADAS or infotainment or powertrain. This standardization and interoperability is the main advantage of Autosar. ADAS involves multiple sensors, radar, lidar, cameras, and ECUs from different suppliers. Autosar ensures seamless communication between them. And functional safety, ISO 26262 compliance, ADAS functions are often ASIL D level, because ADAS functions are very critical and failure of ADAS functions can lead to fatality. That is the reason ADAS functions are usually ASIL D level, and Autosar Classic provides mechanisms for fail-safe operational behavior, error detection, and redundancy. Now, coming to real-time performance, ADAS requires deterministic execution. Example, braking must trigger within milliseconds. Autosar's classic OSEC based RTOS means real-time operating system, ensures hard real-time constraints. And secure communication is ADAS data must be protected from cyber threats, and ADAS SECOC, secure onboard communication module, answers authentication. So all of you are seeing in how many ways ADAS is aiding, Autosar is aiding ADAS. Last but not the least, scalability for AI and high performance computing. Autosar adaptive supports POSIX based OS and Ethernet, making it ideal for AI driven ADAS. Okay, so this Autosar adaptive, it supports operating system and also Ethernet, making it ideal for AI based ADAS. Ethernet is a very fast data payload communication protocol, and it is especially useful for autonomous driving and ADAS high levels. Okay, so that is the pivotal role played by Autosar in ADAS. Now, coming to the relevance of Autosar in ADAS. ADAS systems like adaptive cruise control, LKA, and automatic parking assist, they require high computational power for sensor fusion and AI ML algorithms. They also require real-time performance for safety critical decisions, secure and reliable communication between cameras, radars, lidars, and ECUs. Also scalability to support evolving autonomous driving levels. Now, how does this Autosar support ADAS? By standardizing software components, it enables modular development of ADAS features and facilitates reuse across the different vehicle models. So, what is this modular development? So, software developed component can be developed as an individual unit, which very much reduces the effort and time. Next comes efficient communication via RTE. This manages data exchange between ADAS sensors and control algorithms. It also supports both intra-ECU and inter-ECU communication. Okay, so next comes the Autosar adaptive for high performance computing. I already told you that more and more automakers are moving towards high performance computing so that they can embed various ADAS features in a single ECU. ECU is nothing but a very low performance computer, and high performance computer or computing is more like a very advanced ECU. Alright, this is used in domain controllers, NVIDIA drive, Qualcomm Snapdragon drive, and also it supports dynamic updates OTA for AI ML improvements. It enables high-speed Ethernet based communication, example for camera and radar data. As you know, camera streaming, it demands very high level of ADAS. Now coming to functional safety, ISO 262 compliance. Autosar provides safety mechanisms, example memory protection, watchdog monitoring, and also it is critical for ASIL, automotive safety integrity level compliance in ADAS. Integration with AI ML frameworks, Autosar Adaptive can interface with AI accelerators like graphical process unit or telematic process units. Okay, so and it also supports the frameworks like TensorFlow Lite for object recognition. This TensorFlow is a very important software or plugin for object recognition. Coming to over-the-air updates, secure over-the-air updates, Autosar cyber security modules ensure cyber security updates for ADAS features. Alright, now to proceed further, first let's see one use case, automatic emergency braking. A vehicle detects an imminent collision using radar and camera fusion. The AEB must trigger braking within 100 milliseconds to avoid the accident. And in this, how Autosar help? Autosar helps in sensor data processing. Radar and data are processed by separate software components, and Autosar's virtual functional bus allows these software components to communicate easily. So mainly this Autosar helps in easy communication or seamless communication. Next, it also helps in real-time decision making. The IAB control algorithm runs in Autosar software component with strict timing constraints. Okay, as I said, latency must become as low as possible. So this AAB control rhythm runs on Autosar software with a real-time operation. And the OSEC operating system schedules tasks to ensure braking command executed within the time deadline. So within the latency deadline, with the help of the real-time decision making, the entire task is executed. Now coming to fail-safe mechanism, if a sensor fails, Autosar's diagnostic event manager logs the fault and the system may switch to degraded mode. Next is secure communication. The braking command is sent over CAN FlexRay with SECOC to prevent spoofing attacks. So these are all the various ways in which Autosar is helping the automatic emergency braking. Now let's see the next use case. Autonomous parking with Autosar Adaptive. So within autonomous parking, how is Autosar Adaptive helping? Okay, everybody knows self-parking system uses ultrasonic sensors, cameras and AI-based path planning to maneuver the vehicle into parking spot. Okay, and how is Autosar helping? It is helping in high-performance computers. Autosar Adaptive runs on high-end SoC, example NVIDIA drive, with POSIX-based operating system supporting parallel processing in AI algorithm. In case you find this very intimidating, especially coming from mechanical background, don't worry about these things. These are all the names of some very hi-fi names of operating systems. Okay, this is just a POSIX based operating system which is supporting parallel processing for AI algorithms. Okay, unless you are trying to do PhD on this high performance computer, going in depth is not required. As I said, I am in this tutorial going to explain to you only to the depth that is required for seamless working in ADAS. Now coming to dynamic communication, the sensor data is transmitted via Ethernet and some internet protocols instead of CAN, allowing high bandwidth for camera feeds. Also the over-the-air updates. Parking algorithms improve over time and Autosar Adaptive support dynamics software updates without ECU programming. Okay, this is a very important area over the air where Autosar is playing a very pivotal role. It supports the dynamic software updates. Understand this sentence very carefully. Next comes the multi-sensor fusion, where different sensors like ultrasonic and cameras provide the data to central perception software, which fuses inputs using Autosar's ARA:COM adaptive communication. Okay, so in the autonomous parking, this is the major role played by Autosar. Now, based on the two examples or two use cases which I mentioned, please understand that Autosar is indispensable for ADAS because it ensures safety critical functions meeting ISO 26262 requirements. It also standardization communication between sensors, ECU and AI modules. It also supports both hard real-time and high performance computing. Okay, so with these three you can please understand that how indispensable or how important Autosar has become for ADAS. And without ADAS, developing reliable ADAS would be far more complex, costly and also prone to interoperability issues. Okay, let me give you an example of this interoperability issues. For example, an automaker, they prepare a software for one particular variant, okay, and they want to use the same software for a other variant with a very subtle variation. If the Autosar is not there, then the automaker has to prepare for that different variant right from the scratch. But if with the Autosar, it is very easy to add those subtle variations. And Autosar plays a critical role in ADAS by providing standardized scalable software architecture, real-time high-performance computing, safety and security, and seamless integration. Okay, by now I hope all of you understood why this Autosar, why this Autosar is playing such a important critical role. These are the four reasons. Now, as ADAS evolves towards full autonomy, L4 and L5, adaptive adaptive Autosar, more than the classic Autosar, will become even more crucial in managing complex AI-driven systems efficiently. Okay, understand this, as AI is making foray into ADAS driving systems more and more, adaptive Autosar will become more and more important. Okay, so hope all of you got a feel about the importance of Autosar and what is meant by Autosar and why it is becoming so important in the ADAS scenario. Thank you.